Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Acheson. I'm coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a skeleton calendar for your business. So for those of you that may not know me, I have been a demonstrator for 18 years. This is my full-time job. I started out just wanting the discount like most of us, and then started doing a few classes. I got into stamp clubs. I did home workshops. I did stamp camps. I did a whole bunch of things, and I started online fairly early in my business. I think in 2007 was my first blog post. And I've had a great time ever since. I am now 100% online, but I have a wealth of experience with starting right at the basics, getting that discount. So I'm really happy today to be able to bring you some great information about skeleton calendars. And don't worry, they have nothing to do with October and Halloween. This is how we set up a basic calendar. And what you're going to put on your skeleton calendar is your repetitive events that you do each and every month. So everybody needs a skeleton calendar, and everybody's skeleton calendar is probably going to look very different. But they do encourage consistency. And I think that's something that we hear a lot in our business is consistency is key. Consistency is very, very important. And these skeleton calendars do a great job of helping you stay consistent. So where do you start as far as a skeleton calendar goes? What are you going to add to your skeleton calendar? And if you may not know, it's just a calendar that's completely blank, and now we're going to start filling it in. So the first thing you're going to need to put on your skeleton calendar is family events. Family events take precedence in my life over everything within reason. So I like to pencil those all in right away. For example, this Saturday, my daughter has a wedding to go to where they're going out of town overnight, and I will have the grandbabies. That's on my calendar. That comes first. Anybody comes to me and says, hey, let's do this for your business on Saturday. Nope, I have a family event. The next thing that you want to add to your skeleton calendar is your funnel events. And you have to have funnel events to get new customers. We are always looking for new customers. And a funnel event is an event that's going to bring you new people. Now, some examples of a funnel event would be a craft fair where you're going to be meeting a lot of new people coming through. A vendor fair where people are coming through to see what all the vendors carry. That's a great funnel event. One of the best funnel events that I've ever found in my business is the home workshop. Get those workshops booked. Ask your family, friends, and neighbors to give you a helping hand. And I think that place where I meet the most new people that are interested in my craft is at home workshops. The next thing I want to put on my skeleton calendar is my team meeting. If you have a team, you should be holding a meeting for them. I hold a team meeting every month. Also, I do training weekly with my team, so that goes right into my skeleton calendar. Those things are very important for consistency. I want my team to know that I'm very serious about my business and that they are very important to me. Next on my skeleton calendar, I'm going to pencil in any classes I may be holding, any clubs, stamp clubs that I have. Those are coming in next. Now, over and above that, you can do some extra things. And one of the things I'm going to talk to you about is social media being part of your skeleton calendar. Social media is not going away. You are on social media right now. And I have found that it is the best way to reach the most amount of people. And again, I am always looking for new customers. So what am I going to put on my skeleton calendar that has to do with social media? First of all, I want to have some funny memes. Those are funny pictures with funny little jokes in them. I'm going to post them online to engage my followers. Now, I have a Facebook business page, and if you are building a business, you should also have a Facebook business page. You can Google how to create one. They are super simple. But this is where I use this as a funnel to bring new people to me. So I'm going to post some funny memes. That's going to engage people. They're going to click on that like or that heart or that laughy face. This gives me some benefit in the algorithms on Facebook. I'm also going to post some family photos. And I think family photos are one of the fun things that I really like to do. And why am I doing that? This is a business. Well, in this business, I try to put a little bit more personal edge into it. I want people to get to know me. And what better way to get to know me than to see where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with when I'm not stamping with them. So I like to share family photos. If you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. But it is something that people really like because they feel like they know me. And if they know me, they're going to feel comfortable to buy from me or join my team. Another thing that I will put to my social media skeleton calendar is add a card. Maybe every 2 weeks, I'm going to add a picture of a card. I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'm going to ask people what they think. I'm bringing in that engagement. It also has a call to action, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that's just another way to engage people. Or maybe I'll put up a product and talk a little bit about it and then ask a question. Again, we're doing a call to action. We want people to start engaging with us, answer our question, give your opinion, so on and so forth. We need to be careful with that though. Make sure that if you're posting business items to social media, that you are adding a link to your store or a link back to your blog. You want to make it super easy for people to find you. That is very, very important. So always a link to your store or blog, or if you have an event, a link to your event. Make sure that you're making it easy for people to find you, to check out the details that you're talking about. For each event that you're going to post to social media, you want to post it 3 times. And I know that sounds like overkill, but it is a proven fact that 3 times is the magic ticket to get people to see it, hopefully at least once. So don't feel bad about that. It is the industry, as far as social media, it is the norm to post the same thing 3 times. Now you can maybe post it in 3 different ways. That's fine. But when time is running short for me, I will just post it the same way. I'll schedule it 3 different times. And we'll talk about that a little bit too. The thing that I told you the most is to be consistent. This is why we have a skeleton calendar. If I'm going to post a card every Monday, I want it on my calendar so I don't forget. Every Monday, that card needs to go out. If I am going to put a meme on every other Wednesday, that's going to be on my skeleton calendar so I don't forget to do that. Maybe the in-between Wednesdays in the month, I'll post a photo of maybe I went flower shopping. Maybe my neighbor's house has some really neat Halloween decorations. I can take a picture of that and post it. Anything to engage your followers. You always want to use hashtags. And I know a lot of people don't understand hashtags. I'm not a huge hashtag user, but they are important. Go out to Google and Google hashtags. You're going to find a guide you can read about hashtags. What are good hashtags? Why do you do it? Where do you put it? It's important. I know Stampin' Up! Has the Simply Stamping Challenge every month. They give us different parameters and we're supposed to share on social media with the hashtag simple stamping. And then they draw winners from that. And how people find who's been doing that is by typing in a search for that hashtag simple stamping. If you type that in a Google search, you're going to find a whole bunch of cards. Now, the platforms that I use the most are Facebook, YouTube. I have a blog, Instagram, not very much, but it is very popular for stampers. And TikTok is becoming very popular for stampers. So that's kind of interesting. You can do little short videos for that. I would put all of these things on my skeleton calendar. When do I post to Facebook? When do I post to YouTube? What am I going to post to those places? When am I going to do a blog post? And I do have a whole schedule, a pattern of the things that I do to continue to be consistent and make my business successful. Engagement posts are really important. You can find those on Pinterest. And one of my favorites in engagement posts is this or that. This or that what? Well, do you like cookies or do you like cake? Do you like going to the lake or do you like going to the ocean? Do you like a city vacation or a country vacation? Do you like dies or do you like punches? This or that is a really neat engagement post because you're asking them a question, you're providing them with a graphic, and the answer is easy. It's not intimidating. Nobody needs to go, oh, I don't want to say that, I'll feel dumb, or whatever the case may be. It's really simple. They want to jump in, they want to answer, they want to engage with you. This or that is very fun. Or what's your favorite? What's your favorite movie? Dina likes to use who's your favorite crush? Who's your favorite movie crush or movie star crush? These are things that people like to engage in. I remember once my engagement post was, what was your first car? That was fun. It got 1 million answers. And all those answers keep bringing that back up in the algorithms. It keeps putting it back at the top of my Facebook page. And that's just good for business. People keep seeing it. They keep seeing it. They keep seeing it. Now they're paying attention to your name. All of these things are important to your skeleton calendar. Now, for every business post, talking about a class, talking about a promotion, talking about your video you just posted, for every business post, you should have 2 non-business posts. And that's why these engagement posts, sharing memes, family photos, all these kinds of things are very important. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to show you how to schedule posts on Facebook. There are 2 different means for scheduling posts. And all of this may have your head spinning by now. But I can tell you that the majority of the posts that I schedule, I sit down at once, boom, 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 boom. And you can do this because you can schedule things ahead of time. There are softwares for scheduling posts that you can pay for, but Facebook actually has a scheduling post tool that you can use that doesn't cost you anything. So we're going to go to my screen now, and I'm going to share with you how to schedule posts in a business page or in a private group on Facebook. Okay, this is my team Facebook page, and I post a lot of posts in here. So I do have a skeleton calendar for the things that I post on a consistent basis for my team. One of the things that I post is a graphic and a notice that we have a live Q&A every week. So if I were to schedule that, I'm going to click right in here, just like I'm going to write something. Okay. And then I'm going to add my typing. I'm going to paste in the link to my Zoom account. And now I want a graphic here. So I'm going to go out and get the graphic that I would normally use. Here's my Q&A graphic. Now I've got this in here, but I don't want this to post until tomorrow at noon. So instead of clicking on post, I'm going to click this little calendar right over here. And now I'm going to say, this is going to post tomorrow at 12 p.m. Oops. How about 11:55? Oh, I want it actually a.m. Jeez. How about, here we go. 12 numbers are hard, right? We're going to go at 12 p.m. and we are going to schedule that. Now, what if I want to change that time or I want to get rid of it? We're going to go down here and it should be under scheduled posts. Now, it's not showing up there because I need to refresh my screen. So we're going to go up here and refresh our screen. That's the key to finding things that you've just done on Facebook. They changed some things a while back and it's kind of caused a lot of problems for people. And here's that, look at it, it says I have one scheduled post. Now, if I need to make a change to it, I can go in here and I can reschedule the post. I can post it now, or you can click on these three little dots and you can edit your post. And now I can change whatever I want to change. Okay, I can delete that. I can do whatever I want to do. You can save it again. And we're still in the edit scheduled post screen, not the edit screen, but the scheduled post screen. And what I'm going to do now, you can reschedule it for a different time. Okay, change that. You can post it now, or I'm going to go in and delete it because this will confuse everybody. Okay, so that's how you schedule in a private group. My team Facebook group is a private group. Let's go out to a public group and we will schedule a post there. It's a very different process. So first of all, Facebook just changed some things where now we have more than one profile. So I'm going to go up here to my profile and I'm going to click right here to see all my profiles. And I'm Kelly Acheson right now, which is my personal profile. And I joined those groups or made those groups under my personal profile. But now I have a business profile too. So I'm going to click on A Stamp Above Your Creative Coach. This is my business page for all of my customers to see. And I want to schedule a post. So if you start typing here, you'll see that there's no little, oh, here it is. It's schedule your post from the planner in MetaSuite. You would click here and that'll take you to MetaSuite. Otherwise, you can save yourself a step and you can go right here and just click on MetaSuite. If you're going to schedule a post, you need to go to MetaSuite. If you wanted to just type something and post it right now, you would continue to do it where we just were. Okay, once we're in the screen, we're going to go right here to posts and stories. And right here is create a post. I don't really know anything about stories, so you can look that up to see what that is. I probably will after we're done with this video. This is where you're going to start a post. And I am going to put that same link in here. Obviously, I wouldn't post this on my customer page, but how about just something like check out my great class. Here's the, whoops, here's the link. Put a link in there. I am going to add a photo. I clicked right here, add a photo. And let's see, let's find one of my cards that I've made recently. Here's a little box. I think it's a little box. It's pretty small. Oh, it is a little box. So check out my great class. Here's the link. This is a good post. It's got a call to action in it. My call to action is to check out my class. I've also given them a link. They don't have to try and figure out where to go to check out my class. And then we are going to scroll down. I just scrolled down. We're going to scroll down and we're going to click on schedule. Now, if you happen to get interrupted, you can save this as a draft. You can come back to it and finish it up. You click right here next to the date. It's going to bring up a date. I'm going to schedule this for Friday at whatever time you want. You can just type in, I like to do 6:30 in the morning a lot. I'm going to change this to AM. And now I'm going to click on schedule. And again, what if I need to change it? What if I need to edit it? You're going to go right over here. That's the post that I just put up here. I'm going to click on it. You can boost your post. That's a whole other ball game. That's where you pay for advertising. And you can look that up, Google that, boosting a Facebook post. And right now I'm going to delete it because I've already posted this project, but I could reschedule it. I could edit it. I could move it back to drafts because maybe I changed my mind. I don't know when I want to post it, but I'm going to delete it and delete. Okay, so now you know how to schedule posts in both your group, your private group, if you have a team group, or maybe you have a private group like a VIP group for your customers, or on your public business page. Two different ways. Both of them are very easy. One's a few more steps than the other, but you can refer back to this video as many times as you need to get that path down. I know it takes me a while of doing things more than once before I finally feel like I know what I'm doing, right? I know a lot of us are. And as we get older, it gets harder. So the next thing I wanted to talk a little bit about is my social media schedule. Well, first of all, I should show you a calendar, a skeleton calendar. And I happen to have my October calendar here that I can share with you. So I'm gonna get my laptop out of the way and I'm going to flip my phone over so you can look at my calendar on my desk. So hang tight. Now this is my skeleton calendar. And like I said, everybody's skeleton calendar is going to look very different, okay? But this is what I have filled in. I know that every Sunday I do a live video and I've switched over from Facebook to YouTube now. So YouTube live, and I also do a blog post when I'm done with my YouTube live. So every Sunday I've got YouTube live, YouTube live, YouTube live, YouTube live. Every Tuesday I do a Q&A live. So I've got that down here. Here's my Q&A, here's my Q&A, here's my Q&A, here's my Q&A. We also talked about team meeting. My team meeting is on the 11th. I host a card and bingo on the 12th. Every Wednesday, I have demonstrator training at 3 p.m. I've got that listed on here. The first thing we talked about was getting your family obligations listed on here. So I have a wedding to go to on the 15th, and my husband actually just called me all the way from the garage and said that we've been invited to go to a Packer game. So I've got that on my calendar. I just wrote this on here. Okay, so these are my personal things that are going on. I plan on going hunting here and hunting here. And so now I would fill it in with the rest. So what happens when I'm going hunting, but I have a Q&A or I have a training? The majority of the time, I can do that from any place. These are all online, so I can do a Q&A from wherever I'm going if I'm not obligated or scheduled at that time. So that's often what I will do. And like I said, consistency is very important. Also showing my team that I am consistent is very important. So I've got all the things on here. I've got that my online class needs to go out the door here. I've got scheduled on the last Tuesday of the month, I have to have all of my videos and photos done and project sheets written up for the other online class. My kit's going to go out here. I have a blog hop on this day. I have a blog hop on this day. My bingo kits will go out here. I've got a doctor's appointment here, and I'm live with Stamp Happy Academy that day. I have a tutorial due here. Is your head spinning? But this is what a skeleton calendar looks like. And again, your calendar is probably going to be very different from my calendar. I do this full time. This is what I do. This is my full-time job. Now, your calendar may say that every other Monday you're going to do a live video, and every other Wednesday you're going to post your projects on your Facebook page, and every other Friday you're going to share a funny meme. That may be what your skeleton calendar looks like. Don't forget to put those funnels in there to get your new customers. Try to book those workshops. Now, another thing that I like to do, because I've got a lot of social media obligations. I told you that I'm 100% online, so I do a lot of social media posts. This would be part of my skeleton calendar. But instead, I like to have a little place where I can come on here and check these off as I get them done, because it's very consistent. I do the same things for each event that I do. This is YouTube. I have to put a notice up on every Sunday, or I schedule it like I just showed you on Facebook. I schedule it to post every Sunday morning that I'm going to be live that night with the link. I also schedule at the same time a notice that in 15 minutes I will be live, and I schedule this for 15 minutes before I'm live on every Sunday. I will schedule my YouTube, or I will post my YouTube video to my blog. I will take my YouTube post photos and add them to Pinterest. And this is where there are softwares that allow you to post to various places. You can check those out. Just do a search for posting software or posting services. One I use is Tailwind. Another one I use is Cinch Share. I have YouTube post replay to Facebook. That's a replay of my video. And I always say, just in case you missed it, here's my YouTube live from Sunday night. And to give a link, okay, you always have to have the link. YouTube post card over 3 days. So I usually make 3 projects on a live video, and I will take one of those cards and post it on Monday. Danny talked about this in her Facebook presentation earlier today. I will post one card on Monday. I'll post another card on Tuesday and another card on Wednesday. All of those cards with links bringing them back to my blog, where I have all of my ordering buttons for my store. I will schedule my team birthdays. I will sit down before the first day of the month, and I will schedule all my birthdays. I will schedule engagement posts to my team for the entire month. And I do this all at once. I sit down, and this is my job for the next maybe half an hour, is to schedule all these things. I will schedule my classes to Facebook. I will add my classes to a newsletter and schedule that to go out. Everything is schedulable. I will schedule a post for my team Q&A for next week. And then I'll also schedule next week on that day, 15 minutes before I'm going to do my team Q&A, it will pop up and say, we're going to be live in 15 minutes. And usually at the start of every month, I type up a newsletter. I put some personal photos in there, and I schedule that to go out. This is all part of my social media skeleton calendar. And again, I know that your head is probably spinning, but everybody's social media is going to look different. And what I highly recommend is that you start with a few things and get comfortable with that. This is what I always train. You start with a couple things, and until it's second nature, you do not add anything onto your plate. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. Start with a couple things. Once you're good at that, and it's just like no biggie, no brainer, now you can add another thing in. Now, I've just got a couple other things that I want to talk to you about regarding skeleton calendars. I've talked a little bit, I've mentioned a call to action. You should not do a post on social media unless you have a call to action. Even if it's like a family photo, like let's say you went for a hayride, a Halloween hayride this weekend, and you took a picture of you with your kids or your grandkids or your neighbors or whatever, and you post it for your customers to see. What is a call to action with that? Well, you can say we had so much fun on the haunted hayride on Saturday night. The weather was just perfect. Here's your call to action. What did you do this weekend? Now, how is that a call to action? It's getting engagement, and people feel comfortable talking about what they did. It's not a hard question, and they love telling what they did, right? They love telling you about their weekend. You just told them, you just shared, now they're going to share. So, call to action. A call to action encourages your followers or customers to take some type of action, whether it's just answering a question. you always have a call to action. It can be a text hyperlink, it can be a button, it can be plain text with no link. It can be a buy now or a download now. Those are typical examples. But a call to action can run longer too, like subscribe today so you'll never miss a post, and then give them a link. The possibilities are endless. As long as it encourages potential customers to stay engaged in your site, then your call to action has done its job. Most common calls to action are buy, shop, order, reserve, save, add to cart, pick, review. Okay, those are just some examples of calls to action, and that's with commerce. Some other call to action common terms are try, get started, subscribe, sign up. In a newsletter, it would be subscribe, join, sign up, refer. In a download, or on social media, it would be download, get, grab, claim, take advantage of. General would be learn more, see how, start, find out, check it out, check here, and continue, swipe up. So a perfect example for engagement post, and it's something that I had on my skeleton calendar to make an engagement post, is I had a ton of labels for this fall retreat. I had a ton of labels that I printed out to put on the boxes, and I had them piled all on the other side of my desk. And I took a picture of that, and I thought this would be a great picture to show everybody, like kind of what a mess my office is right now. And so I posted that photo on my business page, and I said something about things are a mess here. We're getting ready, for the retreat this weekend. And then I posted that it was available worldwide, that you can join online only. It is a virtual event. Here's the link to register. So in my 10 minutes that I took to do that, I got 5 additional online people to join us in this retreat. And it only took me a few minutes to set that up and post it. So that call to action was very successful for me. I made money off of that. I got people excited about the retreat. I gave people a little sneak peek of what it looks like behind the scenes. And again, a social media post was on my skeleton calendar. So one last thing to remember is that you always have a call to action. If you don't and a photo. If you're posting something and you don't have a photo to post with it, don't bother. You need to have a photo with your post, and always try to put that call to action in there. Don't forget your links. If you say, hey, don't forget I have the card class this weekend, I can't wait to see you guys, but there's no link to, well, how can people who obviously aren't already registered register for your class if you haven't put a link in there? So skeleton calendar, links, call to action, all of this stuff will help you grow your business. But the most important thing is consistency. Write it down. When you write it down, it seems to make it a little more solid, right? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them under this video on the Facebook group, and I will get back and be able to answer those for you. And I hope you found this informative and it helps you grow your business. Have a great day. Bye-bye.